You're anonymous, no worries. It's all good. Okay, we've delved into our feelings. We've honestly experienced them and acknowledged them. So, biggest, deepest inhale you got, feeling all of it. Big inhale. Exhale, release, empty out, pull the plug, drain your brain, make room for something new. Good, then wiggle your fingers and toes, circulate well being, feel good, the bliss of being through our bodies. We're always going to be somewhere doing something for eternity, so let's enjoy this specific moment. Good, arms up to the ceiling, lace your hands, stretch your arms up over your head, point your toes forward and do a nice writhe. Writhe with me. Get that stretchy, euphoric feeling, goofy grin on your face because we might as well enjoy this ride that we're on. Good. And then time for the knees to come in and roll around a little on our back. That inevitably starts our engines. This is called turtles on their back pose, rolling around, having a shell of a good time. Other way. Spectacularo, and the kids sat up together. Hey, welcome to Wednesday Yin Restorative Feel Good Happy Makeup for Monday Yoga. It's got a long name to it. And if you're to my Zoom friends, always great to see you. I love you so much. And if you happen to be taking this in on a YouTube or one of the other media, this is simply some guy and some friends on Zoom who do some easy yin restorative movements for the purpose of being healthy, happy, and strong. If you're down with that, you found the right place. Don't forget to like whether you like it or not. And don't forget to subscribe whether you want to or not. That's the motto. We're going to start with an Om. Big inhale. Om. You might ask, why do we Om? And the reason is so we don't ask so many questions. Not everything can be figured out. Life, for example. Do you think life has a rational answer? Or is it a mystery? You can get a headache trying to figure out the unfigureoutable. Good, shoulders. Now, all the Zoom veterans, they know this is joint juice and they really like it. And if you're new, it's like, well, what the heck is this yoga? I've got to keep my language. We have grandchildren in class. So this is just moving our body joints. It's called joint juice. Even the strongest yogis, I've got many very strong yogis, other way, or they need a little rest every now and then. You can't go 120 miles an hour all the time, just almost all the time. Especially if you're one of those busy people, you got plans and schemes and designs and kids and parents and grandkids. 7, 8. Good. Now, look at this posture. Look at my head in relation to the cat tower in the background. Slightly taller, chin level. Close your eyes. Drop your chin halfway and just make nice, smooth ujjayi breathing, which is that smooth, whispery aspirant sound at the back of our throats. Sounds of seashells at the seashore. We're looking to get the momentum of our minds to slow down. Good. Very nice. Now lace these hands right in front of you and draw your thumbs down the outermost side of your neck. Four, five, six, seven, eight. Good. Now take your thumbs underneath the corner of your jaw, the soft little spot. Now see how I relax my face down into my hands? My hands are two octopi. I'm going to massage my thumbs underneath my jawbone. I'm going to smear my hands all over my face. And I kind of like to puncture a little bit. Oh, good. Very nice. Take our head around 6 times at 0.75 speed. 1, 2, pretty much 3, 4, usually followed by 5. Come 6, other way. We're cultivating a mood. We're getting in the mood together. 3, nowhere to go, nothing to do. 5, 6, and again, we're going to relax our head down for 30 seconds and just practice feeling our breath now at the tip of our nose. So from the back of our throat, now the breath is focused at the tippy most of our nose. Our minds start to slow down. I thought of an analogy. Imagine trying to stick your hand through a ceiling fan. That wouldn't work so good. But if the fan stopped, you could easily get your hand through. That's the way it is with the still small voice. If our minds are too fast, we block it off. When the mind stops, something comes in that's otherwise unavailable. I'd give that metaphor a solid B minus, probably. Don't stick your hands into fans. Okay, now, you guys, this left shoulder's going down to my right knee, and then this is gonna pollywog around. 1. Some people are so flexible they can touch the shoulder to the knee and then do it on the other side. And does that make them better than us? Yes, it does. It does. 4. Now, for me, this makes me feel kind of seasick. That kind of, you're on an ocean liner and you ate some bad shrimp. And 7, 8, other way. Now make sure you have fun with it. We're just those big blue lizards in Avatar circling around. 4. These movements make our minds slow down so the good can come through. 7, 8. Wunderbar, wunderbar. Ausgezeichnet. Inhale up with the arms apart. Good. Then we're going to do 4 poofs. If you're new to the channel, you drag your hands up your back. You're going to like this because then your hands go behind your neck and you shout poof. Now, shouting is optional. You're in the comfort of your own home and you get to do what you want. Poof. But remember, God and his minions are watching. So if you misbehave at all, you're in huge trouble. The universe is always watching us. It's what we do when we think we're not being watched that makes the difference. Don't you hate that? Poof. Good. Now, arms forward, palms up to receive alms. Pull in and do a little brushy washy on your side. Come around the front. Pull in goodness into your life. Send it to the people behind you. Good. Reach, get some more. Pull it back, give it to those people you're dragging along behind you. Around the front. Good. And then this is cool here where we pause with the paws at the side. Wrap your thumb in your fist. Don't ask why. Quit asking so many questions. Drop your chin. Close your eyes. Quit trying to figure everything out. That's a first person communication. The universe is not a question. It's something that's not a question. Miracle? Good. Now push your paws forward, open your eyes, and we swing out wide. We go back here and then brush kidneys forward. I like wearing yellow because it makes me feel yellow. It's like I've won the Tour de France. Push out, go wide. I should wear yellow more often. Go back here. You know what my favorite color is to wear is gray, so I probably should wear a color every now and then. Go back. Push. Inhale. And out. Good. Let's switch the cross of these guys down here. If you have a stronger cross, if this goes flip and if this goes flump, then I could do it, but I don't want to. I'm going to pull back on my hi, how you doings a little bit. Just get on top of my sit bones. Inhale together. On exhale, we're going to be clam shells. Come on down, you clam shells. Now from fingertips, long spine, look forward, bright future. When I look forward, I drag shoulder blades down my back because otherwise they stay stuck up by my ears. Exhale, deepen a bit. Now, many of you can bring your elbows to the floor. If you can't, you probably should do some more yoga, and I want you to massage. That was cruel. Massage your forehead around a little. Compared to my yoga teacher, I'm the nicest guy you've ever met. Other way. Getting in touch with ourselves, literally. Good. Now, about 20 seconds of perfect stillness. Be still, no wiggle. If you want to fidget, don't. We're going to make the ceiling fan of our mind stop. Otherwise, it's just the same cyclical thoughts over and over and over and over and over. Good. Come on up, you guys. Okie doke. Now, you guys stay where you're at. I'm going to turn away. Now, can you touch your elbows together behind your back? I know people that can do that. Don't hurt yourself. So I'm just going to walk my hands a little. Obviously, my little fingers are on the inside, right? Now, let your elbows bend backward. Drop your chin and sink into your wrists, elbows, forearms. Careful. If you're unbelievably bendy, you can go way far back. And if you're stiff as a boiled owl, that's okay. The world needs owls too. Pull your shoulders back, stretch your chest forward while you're doing this. Drop your chin. Bend your knuckles a little bit. That's called articulation. It's for artists. Good. Now, I'm going to walk my hands in a little bit, and all I'm going to do is just see the emblem on my t-shirt, see how it's all collapsed in. Now, I'm not lifting my hiney. I'm just extra stretching my chest, dropping my chin, pinch a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Good, now relax that. Oh. And now the buns do elevate. Undercarriage elevation sensation, up you go. Little higher, grind the front of your pockets all the way up, and come on down. Fabulous. Okay, now Sheryl Crow, side to side. Don't forget the turning of the arms because it makes it look like you're in the, like really cool. I have a hard time with the looking. I've always wanted to look cool and just whatever. Good, now we're going to go in turtle with both. Up your beautiful back to the bra strap. Hands in here. And some of y'all can touch your elbows together. Go ahead. Drop your chin. If you can't touch your elbows together, kind of work on it a little bit. Maybe we can make some progress. We should always be learning something. Okay, now the Zoom veterans are agog about this one. If you're new, it's like, well, what's this? Take your wristies around like this. It's super cool, fun, pleasing, calming, semi-hypnotic. Other way, you're feeling very sleepy. I'm hypnotizing you. I use my powers for good most of the time. Good. Now, shake them out. Ah, I've had it, you say. I wash my hands of this silly world and its competing forces, and you say hello to the new world. And you go a little faster because you can, then you go as fast as you can, and then you can. I'm learning that on the piano. Cup your hands at your heart, drop your chin, be unusually happy. Let's say the enough prayer. Right now, I have enough to be content, grateful, and happy. Doesn't mean I won't get more or I don't want more, but right now, I'm practicing enoughness. If I don't have something now, it just means it's on the way. Good. Now, one Om, and then we'll totes shift gears. Inhale for long, extendo Om. Polywog, I want to hear you. Prayer hands, drop chin, close eyes. The hills are alive with the sound of pollen. Now, I cordially invite you to pray, super duper bless yourself because you deserve it. Pray means whatever prayer means to you. My definition is aiming your soul. Good, now lace these self-same hands, and then we're going to be knuckleheads for a second. I've been one all day long. Good, and then extra stretch to top of cat tower, way up. Turn right. Now keep your butt screwed into the floor as you turn more right. And then relax your hands down, and you can take a whopping big twist to your right. Bendy people can take right hand behind their back and grab left foot. Mortals can begin not doing that immediately. Now with your chest to the right, with your eyes closed, turn your face all the way to the left. And this is called yoga. Tilt your head to the left. And this pose is a hieroglyph. It's an archetype. Be beautiful. Yoga is the art of presence in the moment that is all we need. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Okay, one more twist, and then we'll do some cartwheels and stuff. Switch the cross. No cartwheels. There was a phase, I just turned 50 and I'd never done a cartwheel before, and I was doing yoga teacher trainings, and all I did all day long was go to the park and do cartwheels, and little kids would go, "Hey, mister, you're not doing those right." Ah! Lace your hands one finger over and stretch up. Knuckles on your head, and then push to the top of cat tower. Can you stretch a little higher? Can you relax your shoulders and stretch your arms at the same time? I don't ask much, just everything you got. Now, kind of grip in yoga, there's a grip of your behind. It's called Mula Bandha, as you kind of grip your butt to the floor. I'm not going to elaborate much, but I think you get the idea. Now, with your butt gripped on the floor, turn left super extra lots. Then relax your hands down, increase the twist. Chest and face go left. Having got chest as far as it's going to go, turn face all the way to the right. Tilt your head to the right. Close your eyes. When we get our body into the proper shapes, it opens up channels of energy, especially if the mind is quiet. Sometimes you don't have to make energy, you receive energy. Inhale here, and then exhale here as well. Stretch your legs out. Whoop. Okay, I admit to a bit of a foot fetish, just my own, and I'm going to stretch my feet out super wide like Michael Phelps swim fins. Again, stretch up. Now lean forward for the exciting part of a movie.
I didn't get that.
Siri, quiet. Lean a little more forward, but relax your shoulders, firm your tongue. Feel some of that bum grip, we're going to call Muladhara Bandha bum grip. Underseam of your legs root down, toes pull in. And you're firm yet soft at the same time, like a good bowl of Jell-O. And open hands, paws down, feet in. Rocket hips to the moon. Good, now come down. We'll do a slightly more advanced version of that. We'll extend our legs out. And I'm going to put my toes all the way down on my laptop, full dancer flexion. And exhale. Inhale, Purvottanasana, plank. Thank you very much. Toes down in this pose. My teacher used to come by and step on my feet, which just was really unpleasant. Head back, chest up, strong yogis. Good. Please to come down. Counter pose by drawing feet in. Now tonight, I do invite you to slide your crotch all the way to your heels, or for other version, pull your heels all the way in. The full version is you pick up your behind and you sit on top of your feet. That's very rare. I've only known a couple of humans who could do that. So I'm not going to do it. Now, inhale with your hands on your knees right here. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten your arms. Drop your chin. If you don't like it, just remember it'll all be over in a minute. Good. All right. Now, about once every 6 months, my cruel yoga teacher, we'd have a little fun, and he would say, we're just going to grab our big toes like this and lift our feet. And he would just say, stretch out lefty, bring her in, stretch out righty. Now, the shape of my leg bones, it looks like, hey, yoga guy, straighten your legs some more, to which I would say, hey, just back off, would you? That's straight. If you don't like it, rent your own yoga studio. Good. This one. Not that I'm sensitive or anything. Good. And then, yes, we're open. This is a great picture for the front of your business card. And then close your eyes and see if you can achieve full, complete weightlessness, because your balance is so perfect. Shoulders are relaxed and your body disappears. Together we go to unicorn, cosmic, intergalactic ecstasy land together, right? Good, then bring them in together into Navasana boat pose. And again, the shape of my legs, hard for me to get my knees together. Choose your parents well. Good, and then we'll bring them in for a land in. Bonk. All right, now tonight, we're going to do the more calm version. And this is the one where you just put a blanket over the top of your left ankle and you put your right ankle over your left ankle like that, okay? That's what it looks like without the blanket. That's what it looks like with the banky. Now, this is the one where you waddle your undercarriage back a little, okay? And then just close your eyes, sit up nice and tall. This pose is not even a problem yet. You know where we're going, but we're not going there yet. And I want us to imagine that our ankles and feet and shins are allowed to soften, and the goo inside of our feet is allowed to de-ossify. Toes are soft, feet, shoulders are relaxed. Now, let's see if we can keep our feet this soft and relaxed as we inhale the same breath together. And as we come on down. Now, some of you, it's like, oh, I easily bring my face down to my feet, not a problem. But when you feel that first pinch of tension, I want us to not recoil, but to uncoil. Relax your shoulders, okay? And make very good friends with this very incremental feeling inside of our shins and feet. Now come up 1 inch so it's not so hard. And then if you're cool with lifting your hands, now there's more activity in our legs. Grab your right wrist with your left hand. Massage your kidneys clockwise. Do not massage your kidneys counterclockwise. You just don't want to do that. Good. Now, inhale, we'll look at each other, high. Exhale and careful. This is a yin pose. We're right on the edge of It's kind of feels good. It kind of feels horrible. And you drop your chin and pollywog's back in class. You got a break. Hi, pollywog parent. Yay. Sure had a beautiful kid. Now inhale, look forward. Hi, my friends. Exhale and lay your face on your feet. Now wiggle your toes and let the toothpaste come out of your toes. This is the one for relieving weeks and months and years of like life stress, the job, your boss, your spouse. All right. Dues have been paid in this one, and you might be thinking something like, the next pose better feel a lot better, and it will, but we do have the other side of this one. So we're going to expose the tender inner sanctum of our right high ankle. Mercifully, we get to put a thingy over the top. This goes over. If you're watching on YouTube and you don't like this one, make sure to comment down below and tell me how much you resent this position. Pulling back on my high how you doings. Hips are back. Now, part one involves hands so that we have some support coming down. There's no rush. There's no like winning a prize to be the first person to come down. Now, even a super professional yogi like me who's humble has to even drop his chin, okay? Now, the very young people, the grandchildren, they're like, my feet haven't atrophied yet, so I don't really have to do this one just yet. Okay, now come up an inch so there's a little less pressure. Grab your left wrist with your right hand and massage your kidneys the other way. Now, when I do this, there's a technical word for it. I say, ooh, ooh. Good. Then I rest my hands. We inhale together and we come down and we're going to run the gauntlet together. When you get to that pinchy, hope there are no Spanish people, pinching place, we're going to feel into that. Drop your chin, cool your jets. And it's like, finally, I can do the pose. Stop thinking. Just stop thinking. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, and it's a foot face plant thing. Wiggle your toes a little. Inhale, come up. And let's not do that one for about at least 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, and then take off offending blanket, remove it from situation, stretch your legs out, and your toes open nice and wide. And now, if you're watching on YouTube and don't have yoga blocks, you could instantly go over to Amazon and you could even get blocks delivered today. All the cool veterans who are watching on Zoom, they have yoga blocks. So too bad for you if you don't. Now, what we're going to do Setu Bandhu Sarvangasana, which means supported bridge pose. And it's we're not going to do an extreme version, but most of you know what it is. But if you don't, you might learn something. And this is the one where I'm on my back. Now, there's a really extreme version where we lift the hips up ridiculously high, but I'm just putting my monster block underneath. And for me, that's maybe 5 inches of lift. If I turn the block on this side, it's maybe 6 inches of lift. That feels good tonight. And then this is the one where you don't do nothing for a while, and it's an inversion. It's relaxing for the heart. The hips are higher. We'll do a lot of leg variations. Not yet. Now it's optimal if the thighs are parallel, the feet are about hip distance apart. And for a moment, feel as though you're putting your feet in wet cement on Hollywood Boulevard. And you don't want just the side of your foot. You want the whole foot to go in, and you want to feel the warm, wet cement come up in between your toes, right? So I don't want you to keep pushing, but I want the feeling of grounded, happy feet, okay? And we're gonna hold this one quietly for about a minute. It puts a nice stretch of our thyroid gland. Stretches the back of your neck, relaxes your shoulders, stretches your spine. It gives you high hips. And now, if you can also move your breathings to your belly button, because obviously the chest is stretched, but down here on the plane of navel stem, if you can breathe from down here, you're going to stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system, and then you're going to be in ecstasy. Okay, now you stay on your back. You don't need to look at the computer because A, you've done this before, and B, my descriptions are letter perfect. Bring your knees in so your thigh bones point to the ceiling, and then take your legs up into supported Viparita Karani. Now, again, your legs look perfectly straight because you have perfect line, and you probably would have been accepted by the Bolshoi Ballet. Now, my legs are perfectly straight, but they look crooked because of my parents. And we're just going to do legs up for about a minute, 2 minutes. So good for us. Inner ankle bones they're not rigid, but they're pressing inward. That you can see your baby toes. You got a nice dorsiflexion of your ankles. Your feet are soft enough to let baby doves land on your feet. Good. Now wrap your left thigh over your right thigh as strongly as you can. And probably all of you can bring your left ankle underneath your right ankle. Not fair. And then slowly bring your right footy foot down to the earth with your knees and your ankles crossed. If it's easy, that's not cool. If it's hard, then you're getting some stretch. This is really good for our hip flexors, the tight muscles behind our pockets in the front. Now, one little option, and you can hear me, the option is just to press into your right foot and lift your bum up for about an inch, just for a second. Just squeeze your bum up to the ceiling. Good. Now rest thy bum down. Bring thy knees in. Uncross your leggings and take them back up to the ceiling. And now we're going to do spread our legs open wide as we can, way out wide. This is Upavishta Konasana. And this is the one that after about 4 minutes, your legs go numb and then they just fall out of the socket. Keep that nice arch of your spine. Don't let your pelvis go lax. Good. Now, as we squeeze our legs back together, if they're still attached, wrap your left thigh over your right thigh and super extra slink your left ankle underneath. Make it look really easy just to frustrate me. And then bring your right foot down to the floor. Ugh. And just yin it for a moment. Yin means, why am I in this pose so long? If we lifted our hips up, don't do it yet, but if, say, we were on a much taller block, bringing our foot down would be miserable, huh? Good. Now, for my bendier friends who aren't happy as they could be, push into the foot, and how much higher can you lift your hips up? And your hips squeak as you lift them up. I was mixing words together. Exhale your hips down. Bring your knees in. Take your feeties up to the ceiling and widen your legs out again all the way so that you got a full 180 on your protractor. Now, people that don't do yoga a lot, there's a technical word for this pose. It's called hell. But we're strong, and if you're new, just keep doing, coming every week to class. Now stir your ankles around, super strong. Other way. Good. Now bring your knees back together. Bring your knees down toward your chest. Now reach your paws up and lace over your right knee. And let your left foot all the way down to the floor. Now, for me, based on my shape, it's hard for me to get my left foot like totes flat, but I'm kind of squishing it down. I need about 4 sandbags on my left foot, and I'm squeezing my right knee in. We'll hold here. Now, take your hands that are laced over your right knee and lace them kind of underneath your right calf, sort of on the thigh. Now, we're going to inhale together. We're going to exhale. We're just going to straighten that right leg. The left foot is staying down. And we're going to bend the right knee. Happiness ensues. This is inhale. Exhale, straighten that right leg all the way out. If we were perfectly flexible, the right leg would be all the way over our head. Good. Bend the right knee. Bring left knee in. Lace over the top of your left knee. And let's bring our right foot all the way down, flat on the floor. If your foot doesn't come all the way down, just let it hang painfully in space and the tissue will disintegrate and hold here. Now I want you to relax your shoulders. Drop your chin.
Hold on. Sandbag on our right foot. Now, let's take our laced hands over the top of our right thigh rather than the shin. Grab on, inhale, knee is bent. Exhale, straighten your left leg fully. 1, 2, keep your right foot flat. 3, bend the knee, bring it in. This is inhale. Exhale, super straighten. It's kind of like on your back splits. 1, 2, 3. Good. Bring both knees in. Take both legs straight up. Viparita Karani. Good. Now pray with your feet. Bring the soles of your feet in together. That will widen your knees, obviously. And bring your feet all the way down to your crotch. Straight down. Keep your spine, keep your back arched. If we were really flexible, the heels would hit the crotch, but probably not. Good. Now just bring your feet down to the floor in prayer. You might say something like, ooh, ah, oh God. Okay, now for me, I have a hard time. I can get my feet down, but not my heels. And just pretend you like this. Grab your elbows and bring your elbows up over your head. And I bet you're getting stretched here.
I didn't get that.
Siri, quiet. Apple Watch is on the floor. Good. Now this is called gutted sturgeon pose. Self-explanatory. Now, yin yoga just isn't laying around on blankets talking about our problems. We definitely feel something. Good. Now extend your legs all the way out. Cross your right ankle over your left ankle. Bring your arms up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. Cross your left wrist over your right wrist. Turn your palms in and clap like a seal. And then bring your crossed wrist all the way down. Feels so good. Oh. Oh. This is serious spinal decompression. It's the Om stretch of class. Good. Now switch the cross of your anklets that are so far away down there. Yep. Now bring your paws up and just switch the cross of your wrists. Clap up here like a seal, or. And then bring these same wristies all the way down. Yep. And now 5 sandbags on your wrists. 16 sandbags on your ankles, and Spanish Inquisition pose. This is where I really feel my hip flexors, the tight muscles on the front of my hips. They're like, really? You're a bold, courageous person if you've made it through all the way through this. But I only hang out with bold and courageous, heroic people. Okay, kids, now bring your feety pies in, feet hip distance apart. Now in a moment, we're gonna get one last big stretch. We're gonna lift our hips an inch and keep our buns up. We're gonna move the block out of the way. And now we're just gonna lift our hips as high as we can. Higher, 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 hold. 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna come down to a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet together, knees butterfly. Grab your elbows and calm down a bit. Okay, now we need a finishing twist. Extend your legs all the way out. Bring your right knee all the way in. Hug it in. And then take your right knee all the way over to the left, coming over into bed pose. Now I need a blanket underneath my left ear for this. You don't if you're more flexible than me. And extend your right arm over to the right. It's good to spend a little time, isn't it? We feel increments and levels that we don't feel when we're going super fast. This is like being in a long-term relationship with this pose rather than short-term. You get to know it. Good. Now bring your right knee back up. Extend your right leg out. Bring your left knee all the way in. Push your right heel forward. Yeah. All the way. Good. Now roll over in bed with your left knee all the way down. Stiffies like me need a blanket underneath their neck. Bendies like you may not. Then lefty arm up, pin your knee down with your right hand, and then open out to the left. Perfect people, their hips are to the right, their shoulders are down to the left. Mortals, maybe you gotta adjust your left arm a little bit. Roll open. Relax. It's Wednesday. Stay in the pose, big inhale. Stay in the pose, outhale and melt open a little more. Really good. Now bring lefty knee back up. Put both your feeties flat on the floor. Scoot your bum so it's in the center. Extend your legs out, turn your palms up, and the kids went into Shavasana for 6 minutes of happiness. You guys did great. That was a good class. You inspired me. At the start of class, we felt like $100, and now we feel like $1 million. If you're watching a recording of this class later, this is just nothing. You just do nothing for 5 minutes. It's paradise.
bonus relaxing minutes for those who stay. So namaste longer tonight. Good. Now start to breathe your way back to your spacesuit. Good. Now shoehorn your infinite spirit back into your body. Feel your body weight on the floor. Wigulate your fingers and toes. Circulate cosmic feel goods through yourself. It's the fruit of the practice. Good. Now draw your knees in and curl onto your right side for a second. And you can hear this echo in your head for the rest of your life. Love all over yourself. Good. Then with eyes closed, we sit up together to keep the creamy filling on the inside. We feel so much more connected with our eyes closed sometimes than with our eyes open. Good. And we'll bring our hands into our reverent heart. We'll bow our humble head and we will connect our hearts. Grateful to the one who brings us all together. All together we say, Namaste. Hey, if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for liking and subscribing. Come see us again sometime, and